Greetings, YouTube. The doctor is in. Dr. Urias Papers here, coming at you with another commentary on Marvel Contest of Champions. And today we are going to ascend our 6-star Hulkling. I have got a whole bunch of Tier 2 Primordial Dust. As you can see here in my inventory, we've got actually more than we can use. We've got 600. You can only store 500, so we've got 600. So we need to get rid of this because it is going to go away rather soon, in a couple of days. And I have decided that we are going to ascend Hulkling because he's awesome. We're going to talk about his kit, and then we're going to take him through on a run to Winter Soldier, Realm of Legends. But first, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. If you like this video, hit the like button. If you have any questions or comments, please leave a question or comment. And don't forget to hit that notification bell. All right, let's get into it. Upgrade. Ascend 900,000. And what's he going to turn into? He's at 26,000 right now. And he's now a 32,000. So he is my number 2. Well, I've only got 2 cosmics that are ascended, and he is now number 2. And out of my 6 stars, he is number 9, right ahead of Kingpin. He's not a really high PI champ. He's just a little bit behind Black Widow, a fair bit behind Nick Fury, and then he's a whole bunch behind the rest of them. Okay, so let's take a look at his kit. I've got Aunt May pulled up here, and we are a SIG 200. We are a SIG 200 for this guy. Rank 5. They don't have the Ascension stuff on here at this point yet, but that's okay. So he has got a pretty good chunk of health. He is a young Avenger. He is a Kree. He is a hero. He is large. He does have poison immunity, which we're going to get into that. So always active. Advanced Kree physiology provides full immunity to poisons and shocks of the battle realm. Now, that was important for the last meta, but not so much anymore. But I'm just going to point out that he is a really good defender, and we're going to there's basically one thing in here, one major thing, and two more, a second minor thing that make him very good on defense. So he is immune to poisons and shocks. Additionally, his sword protects his energy, granting him immunity to power drain, steal, and burn, and reducing incoming heal blocks by 2 seconds, so if they have a time. So he's one of these champs that's good against things like Penny Parker, because she's got a pretty nasty power burn. So when Hulkling prevents an effect that he's immune to, gain a shapeshift charge. We're going to talk about those. Advanced combat power rate is decreased by 20%. So he doesn't get power as fast as normal. But when he gets buffs, he gets some power. So, and then he gets a bonus to his attack rating for each unique buff. And there's a specific rotation we're going to go through as to how he is supposed to do the most amount of damage. Okay, so shapeshift charges starts with 3, and he gets 1 every second while not attacking. So if you do stuff, you will lose these charges depending on what you do, whether it's a medium or a light or a heavy or striking into a block or doing a parry. It doesn't matter. You're going to lose these charges, and they get converted into something else. So a shapeshift charge is converted into a buff when Hulkling performs certain gameplay actions. These buffs each last 16 seconds and can stack up to 4 times. And some of these buffs actually last longer because we are a rank 200. So we'll get into that. So whenever a buff is gained, he also passively gains a bar of power. So that mitigates that. This is less, that's more. So he's not going to gain power as fast as some other champs. So if you hit into the block, you convert it into a piercing buff of 750 potency, which means it increases his attack through everything by 750. And if we actually look at his kit, it'll give us a better understanding of what that is. So if we go down, so he's at, these are the numbers here. Well, let's look at this because Aunt May is now pretty good for synergies, but not everything else. So he's got new numbers because he is ascended. So that attack rating is 1280 now. And the Pierce, so there's Pierce, increased block penetration and armor penetration by a given amount. Now, what does that mean? So there's block penetration he's got, which it'll tell us what that is. That is, ignores a certain percentage of an opponent's block proficiency. So that's when they block. And then armor rating. So armor penetration ignores a certain percentage of the opponent's armor. And so that's this stuff right here. And it reduces incoming attack damage. So he does more damage whether he hits a block or whether he hits them without their block. So if you hit their block, you get a Pierce. And striking with a light or medium converts into an aptitude buff, which increases the potencies of Fury's armor and precision buffs. So he doesn't have any armor buffs per se. He's got a bulwark buff, which I think counts as an armor buff. He doesn't really get precision, so I don't know why they have that in here. That's the standard, I think, thing for aptitudes. You can get a precision if you have certain masteries on. And then he does have an opportunity to get a Fury, and that's the big one. That is the big one that we want. So well-timed blocks convert into a bulwark buff, increasing block proficiency by 750. And then when he's struck by an opponent, these are shapeshift charges, convert into regen buffs, healing 65% of the damage taken from the strike. Not 100%. So, peak transformation. When he's got 5 pierces, he gains an unblockable buff for 5 seconds. And it's reduced to every 3 buffs when fighting as a defender. So, that in itself right there. So, 1, the regens that he gets make him a good defender because you're hitting them and you're causing him to regen. 2, he can go unblockable. 3, here's the next one. Every 8 regen buffs gained also grant an indestructible buff for 2.5 seconds. This is reduced to 5 buffs when fighting as a defender. So remember, he gets a regen every hit. And at 5, he gets an indestructible. And so if he's got an indestructible on, which lasts for 2.5 seconds, and you try and use your special, it's not going to work. It's not going to do any damage. So this is one of the reasons why he's a great defender. So every 5-hit combo, he converts the regens over in an indestructible, which really sucks, especially in battlegrounds, because those are timed events. It takes a lot of extra time to get off a special against this guy, and you have to maneuver it perfectly. So if either of these buffs, so the regen or the pierce, really it's the indestructible or the unblockable is what they're talking about. If either of these buffs are nullified, they are replaced with an identical passive, and their duration is 3 seconds longer. So he's actually pretty good against like champs that stagger, particularly champs that are of the mystic flavor. Both the indestructible buff and the passive are removed after being struck by the opponent's special 3. After. That's the not so great thing. Okay. Heavy attacks will put a non-stacking Intimidate for 7 seconds. It's got a cooldown of a while. But this makes the opponent turtle up. So they'll go into a block. And this is what you want this to happen, by the way. They go into a block and it reduces their block proficiency. You want them to go into a block. We'll get into that when we get into his rotation. So special 1, for the next 10 seconds, he gets a shapeshift charge every half second. So he'll get 20 of these. Really, it only goes up to 8. So he'll get 8 very fast. If Hulkling is or becomes unblockable during this attack, pause all his personal buffs other than unblockable until 2 seconds after this attack. which can happen. So if the opponent turtles up because you heavied them, and then you go in to hit them with special attack 1, and they hit the block a bunch of times, he's going to go unblockable, and then it pauses everything else, and the unblockable lasts 2 seconds after the attack. Special attack 2. On activation, gain a fury, which increases attack rating for 10 seconds. If he is or becomes unblockable during this attack, gain another fury, increasing attack by 5,632 for 10 seconds. You want both of these, and you want to throw the special attack when he is unblockable. So that's why you want to do the pierce. You want to hit into the block, converting shapeshift charges into pierce. You want to get to the unblockable state, and once you are unblockable, you want to throw your special 2, and it doesn't matter if they're blocking or not. So you want to start out with a heavy, and the heavy gets them into this less aggressive stance from the intimidate. Then you want to hit into their block, converting shapeshift charges over to pierce, and you want to build up enough. You're probably going to get unblockable before you get there, and you're just going to have to do that over and over and over again. And then you just rinse and repeat with the special 2. So it's get the unblockable, hit the special 2. Get the unblockable, hit the special 2. Get the unblockable, hit the special 2. Special 3 is So if Hulkling has at least 2 bulwark shapeshift buffs, pause 2 of them for the remainder of the fight, once per fight. That's just okay. If he doesn't have enough, or they're already paused, pause aptitudes instead, then pierce. And if he doesn't have enough of any bulwark, aptitude, or pierce, or all are paused, instead gain shapeshift charges up to their max, which is, I believe, 8. So the rotation is heavy to get the intimidate, to get them to turtle up, strike into their block so you can get the piercings. You're going to get unblockable, but work up to your special 2, and then either make sure that you go unblockable during the special 2, or you're unblockable before the special 2 goes into effect. Now let's look at his awakened ability. He doesn't need to be awakened, but it allows that fury buff to last a lot longer, which you need. And then it also increases the armor penetration a lot from personal buffs. So you do a lot more. You do a lot more damage if you're awakened, but his kit works whether he's awakened or not. So he doesn't necessarily need to awaken. But if you are going to get him awakened, it does pay off quite a bit to be max signature. All right. So we talked about all that. Let's go back to Aunt May, because we're going to talk about his synergies now. Where are they? There they are. They're over here on the side. So with Super Scroll, when striking a tech, 15% chance per armor up buff they have to gain a non-stacking pierce. So that's just against techs. That's not that great. Kooky Triplet with Squirrel Girl, 50% chance when striking the opponent while unblockable to inflict a non-stacking armor break. You want this. This is amazing because that just makes his damage even worse. So we have put her on our team. There are 3 from Wiccan. 1 is combat power rate. 2 is true love. He gets a stun immunity while he has at least 3 pierce, and My Prince Charming. He gets nothing from that. So really, it's not that great. It isn't. The only thing that's good about this is this combat power rate. I didn't really care about that. Son of Marvel from Captain Movie Marvel. Max shapeshift changes are increased to 12 instead of 8. That can be okay too, but we're not going with that. Teammates, perfect block chance. I don't really care about that. The Prince and the Frog. So with Toad, the number of pierces needed to trigger peak transformation unblockable is reduced by 1. We want that. We definitely want that because everything runs off of this unblockable. We want that to happen more often. Chip off the old block. Chip out the old block with Valkyrie. Increase the potency of Pierce by 10%. We want that. Absolutely. Teammates. Perfect block chance. I don't care about that. And then Young Avengers. Combat power rate and block proficiency. We absolutely want that. Totally. Because he is a Young Avenger. There it is right there. Young Avenger. We totally want, because he has a power rate problem. Okay, so that is the team. So let's look at the team. And we're going to see how fast he goes through Winter Soldier. And I think we're going to go one other place. So we got Realm of Legends. And this is the team right here. So we've got the increase to Pierce. We've got the increase to combat power rate from Kate Bishop. We've got the increase to block penetration from Squirrel Girl. And we've got the decrease in the number of Pierce it takes to go unblockable from Toad. So let's go in. And he is ascended now, so I want to see how long this takes us to do this. He's got some pretty good immunities and things, too, so that's another reason why he's great. And he's great on defense. Okay, so he's going to... This guy turtles up anyway. 1, 2, 3, 4. Boom, 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 boom. We're going to hit him again. And you see we got a... Okay, I'm back up to 5. And I hit him. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. Okay. Woo! Look at that. Wow. Wow, that was way over 100,000 points of damage. And we've got... Now look at how much damage he's doing. 3, 4. Boom, 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 boom. And, ooh, 45-45. Wow, that was amazing. That was amazing. 34 hits in 50 seconds. I think that's a record. I think that's better than the Hulk. Wow. That was totally awesome. That was insane how much damage he was doing. Okay, let's go one other place. I think I can find this. It's in Act 6. Book select. I want to say... Let's preview. I want to see if I can find it here. It's not this one. Maybe it's the last... I think it's the last chapter. Preview... Yeah, it's this one. So we're going to take him up against this Deadpool here. And I just want to see how fast it takes him to go through this guy. That was amazing. He is really awesome. Feels great. All right, we got hit. We didn't get our... Okay, we got that. Now he's going to turtle up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, I want to back off now. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, here we go. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Oh, yeah. Look at that. Just creamed him. And we got 97% of our health left. He regenerated a lot. Let's keep going. Let's see how well he works against this Howard or Venom the Duck. He is. I'm very happy, very satisfied with this. Oh, why am I not getting? There we go. Okay, that's what I want right there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Boom. Boom, 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 boom. All right, now we want to back off. I want him to get to at least 6. There he goes. 1, 2, 3, 4. Boom. Boom. I'm not getting Chris. There we go. Oh, he didn't take him out. Didn't take him out. Wow. But we got a bulwark. And he's done. Look at that. 10,000 on a blocked hit. That was amazing. All right. Well, that's pretty cool. I like it. That is the video I got for everybody today. I appreciate everybody tuning in, and I will catch everybody later.